Hello everyone. In this tutorial we're going to have a quick look at the main differences between the perfect tenses. I would like to say that this is not an in-depth analysis of each tense, but just making a brief comparison to see how they work and to help us distinguish among them. The perfect tenses of English language we're going to deal with in this tutorial are the present perfect simple, the present perfect continuous, future perfect, past perfect simple, and past perfect continuous. We'll start dealing with the differences between the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous. If we have a look at present perfect simple, we can say that we use it for actions that started in the past and still go on in the present times. We can see an example such as she has studied French for 5 years. The present perfect simple is also used for actions that took place in an undetermined time in the past and are connected still to the present. We can have a look at an example such as I have downloaded the document and now I have it, alright? I would like to mention some different keywords that we have to be, so to say, aware of, because their use is going to imply in a very high percentage the presence of a present perfect simple. Not always, but most of the cases. These keywords are never, ever, already, just, yet, for, since, recently, lately, questions starting with how long, and other expressions such as in recent years. In the present perfect continuous tense, we can say that the same uses are involved, all right, than present perfect simple, but we need to take into account that it remarks the time that the action has been in progress, all right. This is why it is normally related to a period of time and not a precise moment. We can see that in examples such as I'm very tired, I've been playing FIFA 17 all night. Or questions using how long, such as how long have you been living in Dublin? We can also find keywords that imply the expression of a period of time, such as all day, all morning, all week, for a year, or since 2010. Next tense we're going to have a look, it's the future perfect simple. In this case, we use it to talk about actions that will be completed in a future given time. Examples such as Peter will have traveled for 6 different countries by the end of this year, or by the end of February I will have lost 6 kilos, I promise. If we have a look at some keywords that could be related to this tense, we have to remark the presence of the expression by, such in expressions such as by this time next week, by 3 o'clock, by the end of, by the end, by March, by next month, because this will be the point in the future for up to with the actions that have been expressed by the future perfect will be finished or completed. By July, I will have finished my exams at high school. Well, in this case, they have finished in 2010, but anyway. Last part of this tutorial will be devoted to the usage of past perfect simple and past perfect continuous. We'll start having a look at past perfect simple tense. We use it to talk about a completed action took place before another action in the past. We can see that in examples such as by the time he arrived at the station, the bus had already left. Or he had already eaten the pizza before the waiter arrived. We can have a look at some keywords such as already, by the time, after, before, until, never, or just. Examples such as Susan had met his classmates and after she went to English classes. The main difference with the past perfect continuous relies again in a very similar way on what we've been talking about present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. The action was still in progress in the past, but usually during a prolonged time before another past event happened. They have been dancing for 2 hours when we arrived at the disco, or he had been working for that company for 20 years when he retired. The two clauses are normally joined by a conjunction such as when, until, before, although, or because. We can have a look at that in the following example. They had been studying German for 3 years before they went to live in Munich. Just to end up, I would like to state 3 conclusions about what we've been talking about as a way of a summary. The first one, if we talk about present perfect, although both tenses refer to actions that started in the past and keep going to the present, the main difference between present perfect and present perfect continuous is that in the latter, we put more emphasis on the action being in progress. If we have a look at future perfect tenses, they are very much related to the expression by the time, and contrary to present perfect and present perfect continuous, the action is not still in progress but is finished, not now, but in a given future time. Last part related to past perfect continuous, we can say that both happen before another event expressed by means of the past simple tense. The main difference between them is that whereas in the past perfect the action is finished, in the second the action was in progress for a period of time. And this was it. Hope you like it and thank you very much for your attention. See you next time.